Attention! Will the Antarctic research team please report to the conference room immediately?
Come on, George. Duty calls.
Here we are, guys. The Antarctic. Our objective is to observe and record the behavior of the region's flightless native seabirds.
We're here to take pictures of penguins.
See this small family of chinstrap penguins? Well, this breed gets its name from the unique marking on its head. We didn't see them on our last visit, and I'm worried. I need you to find them. In your gear bags, you'll find a waterproof video camera, radio mics for talking to each other over short distances,
Check.
and a photo of a chinstrap penguin to help you identify them. Any questions? Yes, on the left.
Were we chosen for this mission because of our fine work in outer space and under the sea?
Well, not exactly. My usual team is on assignment in the Sahara Desert.
Oh.
But you lucky guys get to meet penguins.
Yes! Penguins!
George couldn't wait to meet a real penguin.
Oh, this is great! Okay.
I'm moving on to the nesting grounds of the emperor penguins.
You'll meet us at this spot at 9 a.m., right?
Right. Remember, if you get lost, use the outpost beacon to find your way back.
Don't worry. If we get lost, we can always find an igloo for shelter.
No, you can't. Igloos are found in the Arctic, not in the Antarctic.
Oh, that's right.
Good luck getting pictures of the penguin family.
Thanks. Let's check this side of the outpost for the penguins. Okay, but don't go too far, George. If you see penguins, call me using the radio mic. Like this. Oh, it's gonna be a great day. Hi. I found a penguin. Well, it found me, but it's not a chinstrap. I think it's an Adelie penguin.
That sounded close. Like something on the other side of this snow. George had found one of the chinstrap penguin family. George was so excited, he forgot to call the man with the yellow hat. He also forgot to look where he was going. The camera was waterproof. Now George wished it would stay in one place. At harvest time, Farmer Rankins liked having a few extra hands around to help pick the apples. This year, he also had extra feet.
It's real nice of you two to help out. Our orchard is small, so getting every apple is important.
Well, that's what neighbors are for.
He's certainly built for apple picking. Oh!
Oh.
Can't say the same for your hat. I'm gonna join the missus round back. Once you filled that cart, you can unload it in the washing trough.
Will do.
Jumpy had found a perfect apple.
Oh, one more? Okay, put it in.
Jumpy's perfect apple was in there somewhere. But where? Jumpy apparently didn't know that the Rankins needed every apple.
Easy now, George. That lever releases all of the apples.
George thought that was an excellent way to get Jumpy out of the cart.
No!
And it worked. Jumpy decided he should hide his perfect apple. Maybe in there.
Well, that's okay. We can gather them up again. Or I can just do it myself.
What was this? It must have been some kind of monkey playground with all sorts of things to climb on and swing from. But George wasn't there to play. He had to get that apple from Jumpy. If only he could find a light switch. Farmer Rankin said he loved his apples, but George was surprised that he made a ride for them. Those buckets must be there to carry the apples high out of the reach of squirrels. Wait, where was Jumpy? When a monkey's looking forward to helping feed Bill's bunnies, the men with the yellow hat can't drive from the city to the country fast enough.
Hi, George. Afraid we won't get to play this weekend. I'm going to my grandmother's. The bunnies are coming too. Grandma sure likes bunnies. She says, Bill, I sure like bunnies.
Sadly, there'd be no bunny feeding this trip. But there were still birds that needed to eat. George's head was so full of bunnies, he almost forgot how much he liked to feed the birds.
You sure you want such a giant bag of bird feed, George?
This big bag would feed more birds than a small box could, and George planned to watch lots of birds eat. And now, a fun weekend of watching happy birds eat. George never saw birds eat so fast. They must be starving. These birds were lucky they had a generous monkey around. How did Jumpy Squirrel get up into the bird feeder? That's how. George wished there was some easier way to get the feed to the feeder, like in a dump truck or a crane, or in this nice handy scooper. Some days, having a working brain really pays off. If George wanted to watch birds eat, he had to keep Jumpy away. That squirrel wouldn't be able to climb up this thing and get into the feeder from way over here. Being back in the country was exciting. George wondered if anything had changed since he'd been gone. George had never seen so many flowers at Bill's house.
That's some garden you've got going.
Thanks to the Rankin's compost.
George couldn't figure out why Bill was adding dirt to the dirt.
Compost isn't just dirt. Take leaves, grass, leftover food, mix it in a hole with air, dirt, and water. Compost!
It didn't smell like leftovers.
It's food for plants. After all, plants get hungry too.
George never fed these plants. They had to be starving. leftovers would be perfect. George felt like the world's best monkey compost chef. George got up early so he could serve the plants breakfast.
George, do you want blueberries with your... Ew, what is that smell? Were you trying to make compost? I think you need to hear from the experts. Ooh.
This makes good compost, George.
Leftover fruit and vegetables, bits of plant, and dirt.
You can use any leftovers except meat, fish, and dairy products like milk, butter, cheese, or mayonnaise. That makes it smell bad and attracts animals. After a few weeks, these different things turn old. They decay and become food for other plants.
George was glad to hear there was a use for forgotten bananas.
Now, this is what your compost should look like. And smell like.
It smelled like earth.
Stir it up so it gets lots of air.
This will keep your plants healthy and green.
George took his compost container back to the city with him, in case he found other plants in need.
I'll get dinner started.
This plant looked hungry. They all did. Fortunately, George knew what to do. George liked everything on the menu at the Why Go By Diner, especially the maze puzzles.
Good job, George. But do you think you're ready to face the maze at Rankin's farm? Wow, there it is.
That was the maze? George was gonna need a bigger crayon.
Welcome, radio listeners, to the Amazing Maze Race, the annual contest to see who can solve Farmer Rankin's cornfield maze the fastest. This year, Farmer Rankin's has cut a doozy of a path, with more T-intersections and dead ends than ever. Whoever first finds the exit, way over by the barn, wins, don't you know? I see our competitors have received their maps. Let's find out what strategies they'll be using.
Oh, we're leaving it all up to Tina.
Who's Tina?
Not who, what? Our tiny, intelligent navigation aid. Tina uses satellites, sonar, and infrared signals.
Yeah, in fact, we won't even need our map.
Yeah.
Where's your partner, Sprint?
My partner would just slow me down. So would reading a map. I plan to keep running until I find the exit. I'm keeping track of where I go by dropping kernels of corn. Or maize, as it's known throughout the world.
We're gonna rely on our map. George is great at paper mazes. Don't worry, George. The map is just like the maze on your menu, only a little bigger.
Okay, the only rule is that you cannot cut through the corn stalks. Everybody ready?
Yes!
On your marks, get set, maze!
Turn right.
Come in, through.
See? We are here. That way has a dead end around the corner.
Aw, rats. Get in.
So, we should go this way. Oh!
Excuse me?
Bear left.
Oh, this is incredible. Already one team has reached checkpoint 1, where they must ring the bell.
Continue straight.
I am straight.
On your left.
Yeah, I know the bell sounded like it's that way, but we are here. The map says left. Hold on, George.
Oh, tough break for the little monkey. He's hit another dead end, leaving them in last place there. Oh, but Team Quint has hit checkpoint 2. That has to be a record. And young Bill is a-catching up.
I've already been there and there, so now I go right.
Here we are. You want to ring the bell?
Team George is the last to reach checkpoint 1. I doubt they'll ever catch Team Quint.
Now, turn.
Just turn? Well, whatever you say, Tina.
This doesn't feel right.
See? Here's the bridge and the red tractor. It's all on the map.
The maze looked a lot more like the map when seen from above. And now George could easily see the path to the next bell.
I'm right behind you, George.
George and the man with the yellow hat were giving Professor Wiseman a hand testing her newest invention.
Oh, this is great!
The Wiseman Exacta measures how much soil you remove. Perfect for archaeological excavation. That shows you've removed exactly 1 square foot of dirt.
I get it.
When you talk to the science board, you won't have to use it. Just answer any questions they may have.
Oh, sure. I can do that. It's so simple, I won't even get nervous.
Thanks a million. I do it myself, but I have to fly to Turkey. A new find at Sagalassos.
Your dig Exacta is in good hands.
I don't know how other geniuses do it without a guy and a monkey like you. Bye.
George, stop right there. But don't touch that stuff with 3 leaves. It's poison ivy. If it touches your skin, you get a red rash and blisters. Very itchy. Remember the 3 leaves. Leaves of 3, let it be. Uh-huh. When you work in a garden, you must always be very careful to... Oh, this isn't good. I washed my hands right away, but they're still itchy.
Washing your hands immediately is the right thing to do, but you have had a severe allergic reaction.
How long will my hands be bandaged?
3 weeks. Always avoid poison ivy. Remember, leaves of 3, let it be.
Oh, 3 leaves. 3 weeks. Oh, boy. Well, luckily I won't need my hands to answer the science board's questions about Professor Weisman's invention. Maybe 3 weeks without using my hands won't be so tough. I can't get my keys out of my pocket. Can you get them, George? In my jacket, up here. that tickles.
George was more than happy to do everything the man usually did.
I guess I'm gonna need your help, George. Oh! Whoops. Oh, that looks good. The symphony. Oh, a western. Oh, not the Animal Channel again. Oh, that's great. Oh, George. O. M. It's just. It's right. George, we've been doing this for 2 hours. What do we have? Dear Mom. Well, what do you say we do more tomorrow? George, hold it, please. I think we need to figure out ways I can do things for myself. How would I use those? It works. You may be a genius.
It was a warm summer day in the country. A perfect day for kite flying with Bill.
Faster!
But Bill was busy yelling at a mound of dirt.
You can do it! Show him what you got!
George was pretty sure that a mound of dirt wouldn't move, no matter how much you encouraged it.
Hi, George! Being a city kid, you probably don't race worms, huh? They're in there, burrowing. First one to dig its way out wins. Here they come! Freddy's in the lead. All right! Fast Freddy wins again! Isn't he a beaut, George? George?
George went to find his own racing worms, and he knew just where to find them. Sometimes they were under the damp leaves in the shade. Sometimes he would find them hiding just below the soft earth by the roses.
biggie, George. And he's sure got a lot of wiggle power. Look at all those segments. Huh? Worms' bodies are divided into little sections called segments, which are like muscles that help them to burrow in the soil.
Oh!
So what are you gonna do with your new worm, George? You wanna race Fast Freddy? The proper way to have a challenge race is on neutral territory, not in any racer's home yard.
So, Bill and George took their worms to neutral territory. Lake Wanasink Lake.
On your mark, get set, go worms! Dig, Freddy, dig! Faster, come on, faster!
A worm race? Why, I haven't seen a good worm race since we were first dating.
Yeah, silly sport though, worm racing. I'd rather use worms for catching catfish.
Worm race over here!
Did I hear worm race?
Worm race!
Everybody loves a good worm race.
Go, worms, go! Go, worms, go!
You can do it! Show 'em what you got!
What's all the excitement?
Worm race?
Wow! I haven't been to one of those since I was 12.
Go, Freddy, go!
Wow! Who's winning?
Go, Freddy! Dig, dig, dig!
Go! What's George's worm's name? Oh, okay.
I can't stand the suspense. Faster!
Go!
Go, Freddy, go! Here comes Fast Freddy! And the winner is... Wow, city slang! The winner is George's worm by a segment!
What are you doing, George? Oh, digging for more worms, I see. Oh! Well, it's time to wash up for lunch.
Early on Sunday, the man with the yellow hat got called to an important meeting.
I lost my snaky staircase! George, have you seen my snaky staircase? That's not possible. Oh, boy. Oh. Thanks. Professor Wiseman says I should show my drawings to Dr. Forbin, but she didn't say why. She only said it's a great chance and I should hurry over. Come on. Can't be late.
I have to be at the airport in an hour. I can't wait around.
Don't worry, he's always on time. Usually. Well, you'll love his drawings when he gets here.
We're in too much of a hurry to walk. We're gonna take the bus. You want to see where we're going on the map? Okay, here's where we are now. We're going up here on the other side of the park. We'll ride the bus over to where the library is and turn left. Then we'll go up past 1st Street, 2nd Street, all the way to 10th Street. Then we'll turn left again and go over to the Glass Palace.
George wanted to take a map with him to trace their route, but there were no free maps left.
Here's the bus.
George enjoyed riding the bus and watching the city go by. George saw something that really caught his eye. A bus stop with lots of free maps.
George? George? George, this isn't our stop. We have a long way to go.
Next stop, First Street.
Uh-oh. My portfolio! Wait! Stop! Okay. This is not a problem. This is not a problem. All that happened is the bus drove off with my presentation. The one I'm supposed to show in 7 minutes. Right. We have a map, so we know exactly where that bus is going. We just have to catch up with it.
He could get on that bike and catch the bus.
Taxi! 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 Tax! Go! George! Oh! George, come back! Taxi!
I have to leave in 6 minutes.
He'll be here.
George knew from the map they were on the same route as the bus. But could they catch it?
Taxi! Quick, I'm trying to catch a bus.
You're taking a cab to catch a bus.
And keep your eyes open for a monkey on a bicycle.
You want me to find you a monkey on a bicycle?
It was a good day for bouncing balls. If one bouncing ball was fun, George could hardly imagine how much fun he'd have with that many.
Oh, welcome to the launch of the new Mega Bouncing Fun Ball.
George wondered how far a mega bouncing ball could mega bounce.
Gotcha. This is the first fun ball contest ever, anywhere.
And whoever comes closest to guessing the number of fun balls in this rocket gets to keep them all.
And the rocket, too.
Now, your entries have to be in the guest box by 5 o'clock today.
Don't bother entering, because I'm going to win.
Oh, really?
I've got a surefire secret number figuring formula. You'll see. Sharky!
This calls for some math. Good luck. May the best girl win. or monkey.
If one bouncing ball was fun, George could hardly imagine how much fun he'd have with that many. George just had to win. If he had his own fun ball machine, he could count how many balls fit inside it and win for sure. Maybe he didn't need a whole machine. Just something the same shape and size as the part that held the fun balls. Now he had to find a container this size and shape. He didn't have one round container in his closet.
Huh. I want to practice my swing. Have you seen my golf balls, George?
George remembered they had a hat box that was just the right shape. A box this shape and size should hold about the same number of balls as the fun ball machine. That machine held more fun balls than this. Because these were too big. George needed smaller round things to fill the box.
Found them. Oh, but I can't practice now. I gotta go pick up our fruit and veggies at the grocery store.
Some fruit was smaller and round.
You'll pick them up? Oh, well, great, George. Thanks. I'll be at the park.
Here they come, Hundley.
Hundley forgot today was the day they promised to take George out on their neat, orderly boat.
Your buddy George is coming aboard, Hundley.
Oh, we're both excited about this. We even bought matching life vests.
You guys look very snappy. Let's stow your stuff, George. Well, here we go. No sail yet, George. We use a small motor to get in and out of the docks. Okay, we're ready to set sail. Oh, that's just a little crack. I'm getting it fixed tomorrow.
It didn't seem possible for one monkey to mess up a whole boat. So Hundley decided to enjoy the trip.
Look, school of dolphins ahead.
You can see if you're up higher. George, be careful!
You all right, George?
Should it do that?
No. We better head home before it gets worse. Sorry, guys.
Hundley was relieved. The sooner they got home, the less George could make a mess of things.
If we stop at Wilson's Island, I can reinforce the boom so we can sail back without worrying.
Great.
Yeah, that is weird. Palm trees don't grow in this part of the world, do they?
No. Mr. Wilson brought in rocks, shells, and trees from the tropics to create an exotic island home.
Wow. So Mr. Wilson lives here?
No, he never moved in. So now it's a deserted tropical island, like you read about. Wilson brought that too. There's nowhere else like this within 5,000 miles of here. Come on, let's get some wood, leaves, and vines to reinforce the boom.
We'll be right back.
That sand looked messy. Hundley decided to wait in the clean boat. George had a chance to collect shells and some unusual rocks. George remembered seeing that thing on the boat. It must have fallen out.